Good morning, guys. Today we are going to start standard 7. Um, this part here says for each graph write an inequality represented. So if we remember that when we see a solid line, it means it's greater than or equal to. And when we see a dotted line, means it is greater than or less than. So if we look at this one here, we can tell already that we're going to have a greater than or equal to sign. So first thing we need to do, we need to try and write it in our y equals mx plus b form. So we can write our y already. We do not know which way our sign's going yet. So I'm going to leave a space like this there just to figure out which one it's going to be. We can tell what our b is going to be because if we remember, this is our starting point on our y-axis, which is right there where I made that pink dot. So we know that that's going to be a plus 1 because it starts at the 1 there. Now, we can tell by this graph that it's going down. So automatically I'm going to use blue, our mx here is going to be a negative number. So it's going to be negative something because it's going downhill. So now we're going to start at the 1 and we're going to see where our next point connects on the graph on an easy spot. So right there. Okay, where it connects right on this, hits the line, unlike the other spots where it does not hit properly on the line. So we're going to create a line that comes down and a line that comes across. And we're going to count that. So we know that we're going rise over run, so up and down. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2. So we know that is negative 3 over 2 x. Now we need to figure out which side is the function make it a true statement. So the shaded means it's true. So let's pick the point of y is 0 or x is 0 and y is 2. Okay, so we can figure out. So y is 2. I'm going to leave it blank. X is 0, so negative 3 over 2 times 0 plus 1. Okay, so we know this cancels out. We're left with 1. So we know we have to have our sign facing the 2 to make that a true statement. So that means our sign has to face y, and has to be y is less than or equal to x. Or, I'm sorry, y is greater than or equal to negative 3 over 2 x plus 1. That is our answer right here. That's all we have to do. Alright, so now we look at this one. Very similar. We can start it off with y. I'm going to do a different color for here. Blank. And we can tell what our MX or our B is because we can look and see that where it hits on the y-axis is a 1 again, so it's going to be a plus 1. We can also tell that this is a solid line, so it's going to be either less than or greater than, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. And we know that our line is going down, so it's automatically negative. We look at this, we can tell it hits at every single point, so we go down 1 over 1. So that means we're at a negative 1x. Again, let's test and see. Let's make y2 and x0. Okay, y2, x is 0. It makes it easier for us to do math and figure it out. So we know that's going to cancel out and it's going to leave us with 1. So we know our sign has to face the y again. So it'll be just like this one right here that I just put in the box. Okay. We look at this one. It's a little blurry, but we can still do it. So we know again it's going to be our less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. And we need it to look like y equals mx plus b. So we can just start with a y. Again, I like doing this so we know that there's a sign we're missing. Our b would be plus 7 because it hits right there, and we go up every 2. And we know it's going down, so it's going to be a negative again. So we can look and see, it looks like it hits each time right here in those pink lines. So it looks like we're going down 1, 2, and over 1. So that just means that's a negative 2x. Again, now since the shade is on the other side, we have to find a number that's on this side to test it out. So let's go, I like to try and choose if it's on the y-axis, making y, let's go 2 and x 0 again. It's easier to do that math, and we know it works in that problem. So y is 2, x is 0, plus 7. So this cancels out, makes a 0. So 7, 2. We know 7's got to be larger than 2. So our sign will now face towards the x, just like that. And that is our answer. Okay. Now this one, we see dotted line, so now we know it's going to be greater than or less than. Now, we're starting again just for our y. We're going to leave a space. And we're going to go to our b, which is right here, which is at a 1, so it's a plus 1. And we are going up now, so it's a positive number for the mx. So we're going to look and see. So it looks like it hits right here. So we're going to go up 1, 2, and over 1. So this would be a 2x. Now, this side to the right is what's shaded. So we just pick any number. Like, as I tell you guys, I try and pick the easiest number I can. So we're going to make y 0 and x 1. Y is 0. X is 1. So 2 times 1 gives you 2, plus 1 gives you 3. We know 3 is bigger than 0, so our sign has to face the 3. So that means y is less than 2x plus 1 is a true statement. That is all we have to do for that part there. Okay? Now, graphing, we're just going to do 2 of these. I'm going to do this one and this one here. So if we look at this one here, we have y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 8. So we're going to do this one in pink. So we can automatically start with right there at plus 8. We know it's going down negative 2. So we're going down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2, 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 1. And down 2, 1. Because we have this sign right here, we know it's a solid line. So we are just going to connect our line just like so. Okay. Now I'm going to do this other one in pink or in blue. Again, we look here. We're at negative 4. And then we're going to go, and because we see this sign here, we know right away that it's going to be a dotted line, and we're going to go up 1 over 2 because it's a 1/2. So up 1 over 2, 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 and same going this way, over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, and just do the best you can on dotted line. It doesn't have to be dead perfect for me. Just do the best just like that. Now we have to find which side we shade. Okay, so now we're going to test this out. So we're going to pick numbers. So I'm going to use a black dot to pick numbers. So we're going to do, in this top, we're going to call zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to do zone 1 first. We're going to do x as 5, y is 0. Okay, so let's see if it works. Y is 0. X is 5. Negative 2 times 5 gives you negative 10 plus 8 gives us negative 2. Well, that doesn't work automatically, so we can stop there, and we don't have to do any more because that doesn't work for us. Okay? Now let's go to zone 2. Let's pick... let's go with y is 0 and x is 3. So 0... negative 2 times 3 plus 8. This gives us negative 6 plus 8 gives us 0 is greater than or equal to 2. That's true. Now let's try the other one. Y is 0. 1/2 times 3 minus 4. So 1/2 of 3 is 1.5 minus 4 gives us negative 2.5. 0 is greater than 2.5. That is true. So we can shade zone 2. We know that's going to work. Both statements are true. So we just shade like this. And that's all you have to do. Okay? So that is it. Just like that. Now let's go down to this one. Y is less than negative 3. So because that's negative 3 and y is negative 3 there, we just have to go down to our negative 3 point here. And all we're doing is we're going to make a dotted line horizontally, just like this, going across the negative 3 point. That's it. That is graphing that one problem just like that. Now to do y is greater than negative x minus 1, we're going to start at the negative 1. And I'm going to use pink for this one. And we're going to go down 1. So negative, we're going to go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. You get the hit point. So once I got that, I see it comes down here. I'm going to make my line. And this is key, just trying to keep it straight. Doing the best you can to hit it as perfect as you can. And we'll just try that. So again, back to our zones. So we're going to do zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. And we're going to plug numbers in and see. So make it easy. Zone 1, we're going to use 0, 0. So 0, when y is 0 is greater than negative 3, up, doesn't work, we move on. Okay? We're going to come to zone 2. We're going to pick y is 0, x is negative 3. 0 is greater than negative 3. Again, doesn't work. We move on. Now zone 3, we're going to pick x is 0, y is negative 4. So negative 4 is less than negative 3. And I just realized I made a goof, guys. I'm sorry. This line, the pink line, should not be solid. It should be a dot dash line. I just realized that. My bad. So just make a dash line across. Erase yours. And make a dash line across. If you want to leave it as a dots like this, I'm fine with that because that's what I'm going to leave mine as. But to get back to this, so that is true, that works. And we said y is negative 4 and x is 0. Well, we look at that. Negative 4 is not greater than negative 1, so that's not true. So we have to move on and try zone 4 and see. So 1, 2, and 3 did not work. Let's try zone 4. So we're going to pick the point. Let's pick a point right there as x is 4, y is negative 4. So negative 4 is less than 3, still work. Negative 4, and we said x is 4. So it'll end up being negative 4 minus 1 gives you negative 5. That's true. So we know zone 4 works. So we just highlight this little zone right here, and that is it. That's all you have to do then. and then we are done with that part there. Okay. I just want to check to make sure there's anything else need to do on here. We're going to do just this one here, because I believe there is a problem just like this on your test, and I'd rather you be safe than sorry. So it's telling us that she has 150 cookies and 160 sugar cookies and hopes to get rid of at least 190 cookies. X is the amount of chocolate chip cookies, Y is the sugar cookies. So we're going to graph these. So X is less than or equal to 150. So we have to find the 150 mark. So we look at here, 150 would be right where I made the blue mark. Because it is the greater than or equal to sign, it's going to be just a solid line. Oh, I missed the spot there. It's going to be a solid line straight up this line right here, because that's our X. I'm going to change the pink for our sugar cookies. Our sugar cookies Y is less than or equal to 160. We find our 160 mark. Oh, I missed just a little bit. There we go. Across. And then X plus Y is greater than to 190. So we're going to do this. We're going to make this Y greater than or equal to negative X plus 190. So our starting point is 190 right here. And then because X is negative, we're going to go down 1 over 1. So if you make a couple dots to start. Say we make 3 dots. I'm going to change colors so to black. Make a couple dots like this. You can then grab and hold from the spot and pull across like this, and it will work. So now we graph the systems. So we graph the sugar cookie. So I'm going to write here. And now we label the X and Y axis. So the X down here is our chocolate chip. So I'm just going to put chocolate. And our Y, we said, was our sugar cookies. Okay. That is all we had to do, is just graph those systems. That's what it says here. Graph and label. We graphed and labeled. We didn't have to solve. We didn't have to do anything else. We just graphed and labeled. Okay. That is where I'm going to stop today. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Monday is the starting day for your final exam. I will send an email out to you and your parents today on which standards you have to take in order to try and pass this class. Thank you guys and have a great day.